talk.
Yeah.
Legal reasons.
Committed.
He's kind of a cuck.
Pretty good record.
Unique situation.
Scandal.
My iPhone was destroyed this morning.
Cover up. I need to be the person talking about whatever thing.
We're not talking about that.
I would have noticed it because you kind of see on it.
Ben wants to do the intro this week. We'll let him do it.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 11 of the Circle and Square podcast. I'm Ben Eisenberger. This is my friend Blake Kostjeva, my co-host. He's like the secondary host. I'm your main host. This is all my idea. As you can see, we still have the I behind us, which means Blake did not win his 6-game spread.
Dude, I lost the last. Did I tell you?
Yeah, it was like the very last game.
It was Golden State. As you can see, Ben is a fucking liar and he's drinking again.
Oh yeah, I could crack this too. Well, see, what happened was, Blake decided, we saw last week, I read a few messages about how Blake was going to try and get me to stop drinking. But, Patreoners have been open for like 4 days. And I think I've probably already spent like easily like $100 there. You can see like.
That's all you spent there?
You can see why it's a problem. I went there to celebrate. I was like, oh, our favorite bar is opening again. That's so funny. That's
the
Omaha.
problem with me and Ben is we have no self-control. We went there before we recorded the podcast tonight. Yeah. Also, I can tell you we have no self-control because Ben ate a full rack of ribs before he came on the podcast tonight.
And this is true. And
he told me he was making ribs, and I thought maybe I was going to get one or two just little pieces of rib.
We were talking about making food with each other and stuff, to hold each other accountable.
That was a lie to keep you from drinking.
But anyway, so I was going to give Blake some, but it is funny because it's a really, really beautiful day out today. Kind of, long sleeve shirt but no coat kind of day. It's just really, really pretty outside, kind of slightly warm. And even after eating that entire rack of ribs, I was driving to Patreoners, and all I could think of, I was looking at everyone. I know I was looking at everyone outside, and I was like, God, everyone is so fat. Everyone. Oh my God. I was like, everyone in this city is so fat. I guess it's COVID, or in the Midwest, even after I ate a whole rack of ribs, I was just like, man,
believe it or not,
COVID was not
us
good
right
to
here.
these people.
You see the reflection? This is what Ben needs. A mirror.
No, I just I love you fat fucks.
All right, anyway, we have a few in memoriams that we have to do this week.
That's right. So
the first one,
people are so fucking stupid and ruthless on the internet. There's all these memes with with DMX and Prince Philip in heaven,
I liked. Oh my God! I wish I would have.
You guys guard the hood. And
no, I saw one that was. I saw one. I wish I would have saved, and it was these two souls couldn't last a day without each other, so they meet each other again at the pearly gates.
People and after DMX dies of a drug overdose, everyone's just joking about
he didn't die from a drug overdose. He died from complications of a drug overdose. It was a full week. That doesn't even make it a drug overdose anymore.
Coma for a week. Oh my God, that's crazy.
A vegetative state.
Yeah. Oh my God.
X didn't give it to you.
Yeah.
X couldn't give it to you.
Apparently, he didn't give enough to himself.
Or he gave too much.
He gave a little too much to himself. Dude, I mean, okay.
I love the Rough Riders.
We just so me and Blake, of course, just came from pictures. Did we already say that, or is I
think that was the last one because
I can't confuse the new intro that we're doing with the old
Ben
one that we
fucked
just
up
did.
the first podcast. We had a good 3 minutes.
Andy's our friend Andy's going to give us a new intro song, so you might have heard that. Hope he can get me some animations as well or something down the pipe, because that'll be.
I really hope it's on this episode.
Pretty cool. No, I'll get it on there. He gave us an audio file, so why not?
Because I think he wants to fix it a little bit, but if he doesn't, that's fine. I mean, I'm happy with it.
Yeah, it's good. It's funky. God, and I also don't know if this is the one I mentioned. I've spent $100. I think this was this one. PTL in the last 4 days, been open for 4 days. But speaking of that, I don't know what the hell is wrong with me. I know I have no self-control. I don't know what's wrong with Blake. last night, I mean, yesterday, it was just so funny, like, the things that's like, oh yeah, I'm not drinking, and then all of a sudden I'm just like being like a total hedonistic, like, and well, what's really funny is you guys all left my house around midnight, and I thought it was like fucking, it could have been 4 a.m. for all I knew, but Blake and I went to the bar yesterday. I know we sound like
I was there to get food. You showed up, and then
all hell broke loose, apparently.
I had my first meal today since Friday afternoon because I went there yesterday to go get food, and then Ben's dumbass shows up and he orders a beer, and I said, I thought you weren't fucking drinking, because on Friday when we went to Page Turner's, you said or you texted me the next morning, you're like, I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm taking a break off.
I thought I was going to be done today, to be honest. I just like,
and when you texted me and you're like, I'm going to, or where are you, and I was like, curing my hangover, and you're like, where? And I was like, my second home.
So then I like showed up at Oliver's. I knew he was talking about, dude. I get there. No, this is a good story though. I promise it's not just a story of our debauchery, drunkenness. Although I should be banned from Page Turners for life. I mean, I guess for like a lot of different things at this point. But like after last time,
I should be banned everywhere.
I know. I should not be allowed to go inside public spaces. Blake knew this kid from somewhere. This kid who looks older than me. Like a hard. He's a kid. He looks hardened as hell.
He's a hardened felon.
Yeah, I know. This dude is like just has been out of prison since
I hang out with some November. Rough riders. Rest in peace, DMX.
I'm not actually like I'm not disparaging him at all, because this dude was like funny and cool as fuck. It was just
you guys were talking about fucking. It was having a threesome with a girl.
Hang on. So I want to like go over this whole day because it like seriously was like so hilarious. We were hanging out with this guy, and he like immediately. He started talking about like getting like 2 STDs from a prostitute,
and you know that excites Ben because he has a lot of stories about that.
And I immediately knew exactly what 2 STDs he was talking about, and then we kept on talking about this shit, and Blake was just like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, maybe if you're sleeping with prostitutes, you should like use a condom. He's like, hell no, because he kept on saying that like that because he can't feel it or something. And I'm just like, oh my god. I just like thought to myself like of course like all this shit like is going around, and
he was like, he's you if you were to be straight.
If I was straight, or straight kind of, I don't know. Like it was so funny because
I mentioned menaces to society.
I would like mention to him about like being like or like gay or like sleeping with some dudes or something, or like bi or whatever, and he was like, oh, that's cool. And then he like immediately started telling me all these stories, and then he was talking about like, he's like, I could hook it up with my cousin, man, he's fine as fuck. He's like, he's skinny Italian, he's fine as fuck. I was like, dude, call him up. And so we're just like all talking, shooting the shit, and we're talking about like having like threesomes with these chicks. And he's like, I can call my friend, Bunny or whatever the fuck her name was. Dakota. She's probably this prostitute. We can have a threesome with her. And I was like, hell yeah. And then he kept talking. He's even talking about his penis, and just like, oh, and I, even though he was talking about like having an STD, like immediately I was like wanted to see it. It was just like so funny. But anyway, we're hanging out with this guy who's just like been out of jail for a little bit, and he like blows money on like. We were just being debaucherous. So we took him to Page Turners with us, which I don't know. That was your idea, but that was your idea. No, it was my idea to go back to my house, but that was Blake's idea. And I swear to God.
Hold on. I took him away from Page Turners. We went back to Oliver's, and I messaged Ben, and I said, are you still at Oliver's? Me and Michael are going to come back, and Ben said, give me his number. I want to see a picture of his dick.
Yeah, I was like, see if he'll send me a picture of his dick. Give him my phone number. And so Blake and this dude come back. We're at like a Page Turners, and we're talking. I forget what the fuck anyone was talking about. Oh, people were on the patio when you guys were gone talking about Gene Stothard and how her husband, it was probably a hit job by the police. And I was like, I'm glad like we're not the only people who think that. It's not a hit job by the police.
I have if anybody comes around talking about Gene Stothard, send them my way. I know the fucking juice.
And so then we were at Page Turners, and we were being so loud talking. Me and this dude were being so loud talking about like STDs and like wanting like having threesomes with people and like wanting to call people up. And Blake was just like so mortified. And there was this chick at the end of the bar, and she looked like Joan Cusack or something,
She looked like Kate Dennings.
Anyway, so, but she, she just like
I
looks.
fell in love with her.
Okay, first of all, this dude we were hanging out with was like 23. I thought he was like easily my age. This chick, I thought she was older than me. She was also 23. Blake and I were like the old dads hanging out with the young bucks last night.
I was only 4 years older than that.
And hence this girl like hears us talking, and you could just see her laughing, like she's like trying to like write in her book or something, and she was just like laughing at like how absurd like our whole like and how like fucked up I was getting, and like we're like me and this Mikey dude has no filter whatsoever.
Oh, Ben telling somebody that they don't have a filter.
Well, and I don't either.
Imagine
That's what's funny. Neither of us have a filter, so it was so funny. We were just like talking, just like about like STDs and like having like threesomes with people, and like just like out loud, I was like, oh my god, like I'm gonna get kicked out of Patreoners. Anyway, so then at some point in the night, like we decide like oh, let's go back to my house, like my apartment. And so
your idea, not mine.
So everyone comes back to my apartment. Like I don't know why that happened, including this chick. She was first of all, this chick, I forget her name, but I don't know if we like need to say it or anything.
Whitney.
That's right, Whitney. She first
and
of all,
Whitney, if you hear this, I'm still in love with you.
First of all, she's like, I really love Omaha, and I immediately when anyone says that to me, I'm just like, are you a cop? Like,
well, she was also from Detroit, so that's why she loves Omaha. Omaha's like if you shrunk down Detroit and made it a little less shitty.
Detroit's like the dilapidated part of North Omaha, but if like the houses were bigger.
That's racist.
No, I'm just saying like as far as like
they also
the conditions
have
of the
pizza.
streets and shit.
Why do they think their pizza's worth a shit?
Detroit?
Yeah, Detroit style pizza.
What do you mean Detroit style? I've never heard of that in my entire life.
Really? There's a new
pizza.
Detroit style pizza place in Exarban Village.
Detroit style pizza? What's different about it?
Look it up.
I don't know.
Detroit style pizza. Let's see what this bitch be eating. Jesus, you don't know how to.
Shut up.
Oh, look how it showed up right away.
Yeah, what? It's cut into squares instead? Like I don't understand what the difference is. It does look like a little
really thick crust.
Yeah, it looks like a little like a bread like a breadstick with toppings on it.
It looks like shit.
Yeah, it really does. It doesn't look like.
No wonder everybody fucking leaves that shithole.
People also search for Thai green curry and fruit dip.
No, these are probably things that you fucking search for.
I know we were talking.
Oh no, you search for Thai green wiener.
The other day. The other day we were talking, me and Tom and like a couple of people that live in my apartment, and Camille, we're all talking outside my place, and we were talking about porn, like the type of porn we get recommended. I was like, my Pornhub like keeps on recommending. I was like, there's like this dude with like no legs, like he's just like a torso, and he's like fucking some other dude. And I
think I follow that guy on TikTok.
And Tom's like, that's definitely your algorithm. Like, I don't know what the fuck you're searching for where that comes up. And I was like, no, I use private mode, safe mode. I know. It is funny. Yeah, they recommend me this like dude with no legs. It's like Asian dude with no.
My algorithm on porn sites are so fucked up. It's either like really fat ass Latinos or fucking goth girls with big titties.
Yeah.
Big titty goth bitches.
Anyway, we go back to my house, the four of us, me, Blake, this like ex-felon, and this
Why do you have to call him that? He's a good guy.
No, actually, if Mikey, if you're listening to this, I had such a fun time.
Mikey doesn't know how to operate a computer. He's been in jail since 13 years old.
I'm not disparaging at all because you were the fucking funniest person. This dude was so funny. I just remember him saying all this shit when we were back in my house, and I was like, this is like the most surrealist like fucking like shit. He was like, do you want me to call like my cousin up and like this chick?
Let me tell you about the time I got COVID while I was locked up.
Yeah. He just like got all this stuff, like he like doesn't care, like won't use condoms with prostitutes, so got COVID, got like all these STDs.
He blew his whole stimulus check the day he got it and went to the playhouse and got syphilis, and some black dude recording fucking some chick in a car.
He like went into the car and like the black he was
recording it.
I'm so glad you're remembering like some of these things because it's so funny. I all I could think of that whole night, I was like, I need to remember this for tomorrow because this is so fucking funny. And then when Blake and this chick were leaving. By the way, my ass, I am the most self-indulgent like fucking person.
Oh, yeah,
I gave that chick like one of my records and like a tape.
And a tape. And when she got out, she almost forgot him, and he said, "Don't forget these." Shit. It fell. When she got out, she almost forgot him, and he said, "Make sure you grab these. I already got 2 of them."
Yeah. Because she was looking at. I have these labels for my tapes that have like the number on them, and
there's gonna be some weird sounds happening.
Yeah, Blake's mic fell off the table.
I tried to tighten it before we started.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so she she was looking at the stickers and she was like, "Wow, like what are these too?" She's like, "Is this like something you recorded?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's a tape." She's like, "Can I have one of the like these labels as like a souvenir from like Omaha?" And I was like, "No, you can have a tape." I was like, "Do you want a record too? You can have please get these out of my house."
Why is he gonna charge her for it?
Yeah, it'd only be like $20. It's actually a pretty good deal.
Yeah, you got me for 40 one night. Didn't even come with the tape.
Yeah.
I want my money back.
You can have a tape if you want. I
don't want a fucking tape.
You already have one. Oh my god.
I don't have a tape. Oh wait, I might.
Yeah, you have one of my old tapes.
I know I didn't buy it.
Well, you had it in your in that house you were living in that had the cool tape deck in the kitchen. God, the thing was cool. The cassette deck in the kitchen. It was like they had like a cassette player and it was like screwed into the top of the cabinet and you could like put cassettes in it and then there was like speakers in the kitchen. That's fucking cool.
What?
But
the apartment next to me lit on fire a few days ago.
Oh my god.
It's kind of fun.
Like, wait, what? The one over here?
Yeah, like two.
I didn't see it when I came up here.
Oh, I'll show you when you're older.
He'll lit on fire. Someone like
me and my little sister out there looking at it, and the fire department guy walked by me, and I go, "Kinsey, this is lit."
Literally.
It's literally lit. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I hear that all the time.
It didn't do as much damage as I think it should have.
Yeah. Didn't do as much damage as I wish I would have wanted to. No one died. I wish my neighbors would have died.
I don't want them to die. I just want them to have to get skin grafts.
Dude,
Greg's gonna give it to you.
I just love how like I love how like flippant and casual everyone was about like DMX like overdosing and dying, you know? It's just like everyone's like making these memes and shit on the internet like that. Like,
speak for yourself and your own friends, all your white friends. I was fucking
it's like run amok.
I was devastated because I'm not a fucking racist like you.
The internet is run.
He started doing
amok.
crack when he was 13 years old.
Oh my god. I mean, a 13-year-old doesn't eat crack. You know what I mean? You're already
good assumption, fucking Ben.
You're already so agitated. My mom texted me. She goes, "Apparently, the river is playing your music again."
What band?
And like 897. No, 897 plays like my music, like Ben Eisenberg music all the time.
They always have played shitty music.
I know. I went and told my mom. I was like, I don't care. But I wonder who does the I wonder who does like the Planet O thing, you know, on Sundays. That's obviously what it is. Like not like some.
There's a reason it's still a college radio station.
Well, I'm just saying I wonder who does it, like who like knows about my music.
You probably know. Check your Venmo. I'm sure you paid him money to fucking
to put
play
it.
Prince Philip died.
Wait, I think me and Blake are getting so confused because
we started this podcast twice.
No, we did start it twice, but the first time we started, we only went like 2 minutes, but we talked about a few things that I was gonna like use as extended things. So now I like don't know like if I said it already or not.
Page Turners is open.
We already talked about that. Yeah, we already definitely talked about that.
Convict.
Dude, I cannot believe I was being such a maniac at Patroners last night. Like I cannot, like Drew and Dave probably hate me. I love how like it's not a good sign when you walk into the bar the next day. Oh shit. Is that the headphones? It's not a good sign when you walk into the bar the next day and the bartender who was there last night was like, "Oh, you're still alive." It's like
you don't usually get that when you go to the bar.
Oh, hey, you're still alive. This is why I should. I mean, maybe after today I will stop drinking for the rest of the month. Well, it's only been a few days and I have. I didn't drink until like 2 days ago.
I haven't stopped.
Yeah, it's oh my god.
The work week starts tomorrow though, and I gotta fucking kind of figure something out.
What,
I got some Powerades.
Oh, how are you gonna get money? Blake asked me today. Blake asked me today to Venmo him $150.
I was just trying to rip him off of money.
And said I'll pay you back on Friday. Hope your sister doesn't watch the video.
The 150 that he sent me was that I had to pay for him for his fucking last syphilis treatment.
I've never had syphilis before. I've had them all, but not them all. But
when I was your age, actually, I had them all.
I was thinking it was gonna get worse after I got off of the last antibiotic, but I've been fine, so I think I might actually be cured. Ladies and gentlemen.
And guess what's gonna happen? He's gonna go out and fuck other people and give it to a whole bunch of other
Ladies
people
and gentlemen,
and then
I'm
call
here.
them whores.
No, I have like a test at home for this thing. I'm just going to wait a couple weeks for me to be off of medicine. So
You're problematic, man.
it doesn't have like a false negative. Well, I'm just saying, you know, I'm trying to be I am trying to be responsible too. I mean, I haven't been laid in, I mean, for me, it's a while, you know, so.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
7 years ago.
It's been about like 3 or 4 weeks.
What are we at on minute-wise?
I don't know. We could still bullshit a little more about yesterday. God, that was so much fun.
I didn't listen to it. I
wish,
zoned it all out.
I wish that dude hadn't told me about, like, getting chlamydia and gonorrhea, because I totally would have had a threesome with him, with, like, some chick.
Ben, out of all people, is worried about what STDs another person had.
Well, I just don't want to get them again, you know?
You have had each of them how many times?
I know, that's what I'm saying. They keep treating for them. They're not going to be able to treat me for it anymore. It's not that many times. Anyone who's listening, especially like a future, if there's any boys that I've been hitting on who I might meet in the future that are listening to this, I'm not like that much of a diseased whore. It's just this is the gay community. It's like these bottoms fall, man. They're crazy. They're relentless.
We should get a sponsorship from some of these companies that make the fucking shots that you keep having to get.
Pfizer.
This broadcast is brought to you by Pfizer.
It's like Pfizer.
If you can't keep your dick out of everybody that walks by, Pfizer, it's for you.
I did get the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccination as well, so that's pretty good. I'm going to get the second one right before I go to Colorado. I've never actually been to Denver before.
What are you going to Colorado for?
I'm going at the end of. Oh yeah, well.
Are you going there to meet a guy?
No, that would. No, I'm the gentlemen that I like right now are both in Toronto.
And you're legally not allowed to go back there.
It's kind of where I want to move. No, I can go to Toronto. I've never got a DUI or anything.
Yeah, but those other charges.
Those other charges.
Let's see where we're at before, because let's.
Well, we can come back. Hey, don't be so concerned about time. I want to broach the Toronto subject. Oh, I'm going to Colorado because we're going to visit my sister. She lives there, so me and my family. We'll be gone on Sunday though. I think we're actually going to come back on Sunday. So maybe that Sunday night we can record a podcast when I come back off the plane.
Can't wait.
That'd be great. And then maybe my parents can drop me off at your place, and you can already have all my shit. No, I don't know. They'll drop me off at my place.
I told you, your mom's not allowed here anymore.
Blake has a big crush on my mom.
Well, I would say more your mom has a big crush on Blake.
Oh my God,
Nancy
can barely function, dude. Last night was insane.
Conjunction.
Could not do that. We were like listening to records at my place and like, you know, taking them off, and they're all like, all the records are like fucked up and out of their sleeves, and I can't find anything. There was like Mountain Dew on my tail this morning, you know, like
who the fuck was drinking Mountain Dew?
Glasses of melted ice. You like brought a Mountain Dew over.
I did not bring a Mountain Dew over. All I brought was 2 White Claws.
Yeah, and a Mountain Dew.
Why would I bring a Mountain Dew?
For mixer for vodka.
I didn't know you had vodka.
I told everyone I did. No one wants to hear a bunch of alcoholics argue over.
Well, this is the wrong podcast
for you. Dude, yeah. God, yeah, everyone in Omaha, man, you guys need to lose some weight.
This podcast gets farther and farther from politics every time we record it.
And I was outside, man. I was like, people really, really were snacking when this COVID, dude. I know we're in Omaha too, but no, I'm just playing. I've gained like 20 pounds. That's why I'm saying this.
We can tell. You don't have to tell us, dude.
I know this shirt's actually really unflattering. I'm glad
I put Tabasco on the microphone because I was afraid you were going to eat it.
I'm glad the screen went black, so I don't have to look at my fat ass in this reflection.
I wish my eyes went black so I didn't have to look at your fat ass.
My booty is really nice though. I've been like taking these pictures, you know, with like the timer on the camera. I think I should start an OnlyFans, except for I need a nicer, like, what's called as a camera phone. How old am I? I need a new camera phone though. All right, Blake, you look like you're at.
Well, I just want to know.
We're Blakey breaky time. Yeah, I was gonna say just
because I want to get into. I don't want to get into like the actual substance of the show and then take a break.
Yeah, you're right.
So I think this is a good break. So people that have listened, skip. Well, I guess you wouldn't have to skip forward now.
Yeah,
we should have made a disclaimer. If you don't want to hear a bunch of nonsense, we should maybe record a disclaimer before.
If you don't want to hear a bunch of nonsense, I think this is
skipped it 25 minutes.
Yeah, it's pretty. That's pretty funny. Yeah, all I gotta say about all that shit though is like I do need to stop drinking because I probably embarrassed myself last night. I didn't have too many, like, I didn't have like an Instagram story. I deleted Facebook, so I didn't have any, like random Facebook posts, but I did message a couple people, and
You embarrassed yourself on Instagram today when you posted a fucking rack of ribs and then all
the bones.
Yeah, all the sucked dry bones afterwards. I'm gonna need you to get it together.
Whoa. I have green. I have Ben.
You have gangrene?
No, I keep on trying to say Ben because I'm saying green. I don't know why everyone's listening. Is this not on mute mode anymore? Oh, it's not. Silent mode? Okay, yeah, skip to 25 minutes. We'll see you after the break. Catch you later. Our friend Brandon got COVID. Has not been doing well, apparently.
Ben forgot the memo of no personal names.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. God, I'm sorry, Brandon. But seriously, well, he's saying he thought he almost had to go to the hospital. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it's like my friends are like getting COVID like right before everyone gets their vaccine.
Dude,
and,
we
like,
probably gave it to him.
What?
We probably gave it to him.
Well, you didn't see Brandon. I could have.
I probably gave it to you and you gave it to him.
Well, I tested negative yesterday.
I'm the MC, master of COVID.
There is when Blake and I were outside, we were smoking a cigarette. There was this girl that was walking towards us. She was just like walking down the street on the sidewalk, and she like saw me and Blake, and she crossed to the other side of the street.
I think it's because right when I walked out the door, I yelled, "Eggs, come give it to you." Because I can't get it out of my head.
She walked to the other side of the street, and then when she was past us, she like crossed back. She crossed back to the side we were on. I was like, oh, and she could have, been trying to stay away from us.
And that little bitch didn't even have the dignity to wear a mask.
Yeah, well, that's probably because none of us were wearing masks. She doesn't want to like be near us or whatever. But I just thought that was so funny. I was like, oh, there she goes.
There she goes.
I didn't realize you got a phone number yesterday, and that's so cute. That's so cute.
Dude, I'm the king.
The girl who likes Omaha. God, I do not trust anyone who likes Omaha. There's so many.
Well, you're talking to the king of Omaha.
On Tim Dillon's new episode today, he's talking. He's like, you walk through Omaha or Kansas City, and it looks like Bosnia.
I also like how he said that the Omaha. He called it the Omaha Herald. No, he called it the Omaha Herald. It's a sorry excuse for a newspaper. Well, and it's true.
Yeah. But he was saying like back when these things used to be good, and he was like, except for the Omaha World Herald, it was never good because of the Franklin thing. Anyway,
it was good when they were fucking kids.
At least it was more exciting. You know what I mean? Like
true.
at least stuff was a little more exciting back then. Now Omaha's nothing. Everything's all shuttered. And yeah, I was like driving by the on Dodge, it's like right by that subway where they put in like that cute like new like modern looking subway with the sign like right on like 40 or maybe 42nd and Dodge or something.
New. I think they just painted it and put up a new sign.
No, that's right. No, I'm saying not the new one, but just like they put up a new sign. But there's like that like old like washing laundromat called
Sud City.
Duds and Suds.
Yeah,
Duds and Suds. And the building is so like disgusting.
That would be a perfect place to fuck kids.
Yeah, honestly that looks like some like ex Franklin scandal shit. It's like just this disgusting dilapidated building. I don't even know if it's still functioning because it looked like it was out of business. Yeah, it looks like it was closed because it was like it just like looks disgusting. This is an eyesore. I don't know. I just
better than a dick sore, am I right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ben would know something about that.
Yeah.
Let's get into some of these current events that you have saved on here.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think it was besides DMX dying or whatever. I just don't think it was a very.
I thought you had.
I have a couple things, but it was a very like uneventful news week, so it's not really like anything to write home about. I just kind of like saved a couple of snippets of like. I mean, we all know like. Let's be real. No one wants to admit it. Everyone wants to think, like AOC and Ilhan Omar and people are like these progressive
They're
champions
still
and that these are like our saviors in Congress and like all we have to do is elect more of these people to the Democratic Party and like somehow the Democratic Party is going to like change or be different. I don't know what people have this delusion that like this party that's basically like supporting like tech censorship of everyone, these like monopolistic like companies that like basically own like the video sharing platform. It's like these are people that like support like YouTube like censoring people and like anyone who's doing like anyone who's doing news stories that are like CNN and shit, it's like no one wants to actually watch that, but it just comes up first in their feed anyway, blah blah blah. But everyone wants to act like the progressive members of Congress are like these like champions, but it's like it's so obvious to see like how they've just been totally corrupted by the Democratic Party, and I don't know what they need to do. It's like maybe they can like hire people that aren't like Democratic Party establishment people to like work on their team or whatever, or to be their publicist. You know, it's like you need to hire all these people when you're like a representative. And like, God, if it were me, I'd just be like, I'm hiring all my friends. It's like Blake, Tom, Brandon. Like, I'm just gonna hire all my friends to like
run this country,
even though you guys don't know how to do anything. Like, or like me either. Like, even though none of us.
It says Ben, who had before I had access to the Instagram, fucking 23 followers, and I saved this podcast from the fucking ground up.
I'm just like, I just feel like I don't know. It's all these people that work in politics. It's like. It used to be that like journalism too was like about holding power or like holding power to account and like trying to make, you know, our government, you know, like trying to ask questions of the government and shit. Now all you see in like the New York Times is like, our source from the FBI says that blah blah blah. It's like, why are you reporting like what someone who's in the FBI told you to say? Aren't you supposed to be like investigating like corruption? Aren't you supposed to be investigating like abuses of power that like clearly happen? It's like all journalism now is just all about access, and it's all about like being like a tattletale, going back in people's old tweets and shit and being like, oh, this person said this 5 years ago, you should fire them. It's not actually about like doing anything to hold power to account. Anyway,
I love that one that Tim Dillon that he called her out for about
AOC. You mean?
No, this girl tweeted something, and then Tim Dillon started calling her out and went and looked at all of her old tweets because she was talking about like anti-Asian hate, and then he found a whole bunch of shit like
it wasn't hard to find, probably, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's not like Tim Dillon's like snooping
being
like
super racist towards Asian people.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people, it's like a lot of people make these like, a lot of people have made like Asian jokes in the past because it's just like, I don't know why it's easy for people to like pick on Asian people or whatever, but you know, jokes on you. I mean, like Shanghai looks like a fucking high tech city. Singapore is like the cleanest, most beautiful.
The guy that won the Masters today was Japanese.
Oh,
first ever Japanese winner of the Masters PGA.
That's awesome. That's awesome. But I mean, like, whatever. He's just good at golf. It's not like, oh, great, it's because he's Japanese or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, if you go to like any agency, I mean, not like I've been to Singapore, I haven't been to Shanghai or anything, but I've, you know, you see pictures of it. You see all, like, I've seen videos of people traveling. It's like these places are like beautiful, functioning, high tech cities that are just like completely like it's like what America like used to be like, and now you like, you know, you drive through places in America and it's just like fucking like
Bosnia.
Yeah, it's just, well, here it's just like it's like depressing, dilapidated buildings. Anywhere else where there's actually people, it's like tents everywhere, you know, people just living in tents, shitting on the street, you know, like I mean, like what a place we live in now. Well, and why I bring this up is there were a couple the Ilhan Omar one's probably over a week ago, but the AOC one was from this week. Just these like interviews of them just being politicians, you know. You hate to see people you
The guy outside of my window just fell off his bike. Did you see that? Did you see that?
No, the place next to Blake that caught on fire yesterday. It was like from like someone smoking a cigarette on the porch and like didn't put it out, and like the place caught on fire. And we like went out there. Blake went to show me like the burnt out like porch, and there's just a guy on like the top deck like beating a rug with like a cigarette hanging out of his mouth, like just ashing all over the place.
That guy was just there's a tree right outside of my window, and I think he just
ran
into that tree. You didn't hear him?
No.
I bet you. When
we master it, we'll hear him.
He ran right into that tree because I can just see it under the crack. Oh God! What were you saying about Omaha being like Boston?
It looks like a post-war zone. No, but I'm just saying, like, even like the big cities, you know, it's just like, yeah, everyone intense. It's like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Like, when are people going to realize that? Like,
I don't know. America's always been kind of an intense place.
Well, it's just like it's like rich people, when you have that amount of money, you know, or just a certain like comfortable amount of money, you know, a couple $1 million or whatever, like I feel like these people just like don't even like, it's like they don't even live in the same world. They can just like avoid it. I also what I was going to say earlier about like our media and stuff, you know, instead of people doing real journalism, holding people to account, because when they do, they get, you know, ostracized and like driven out of the country, or someone killed. Like Snowden or Julian Assange, you know, or killed. Yeah, it's like, but like, it's all just about access, because these people that go to like Yale and Harvard, you know, it's like their pipeline is like, oh, you can either go into journalism or politics or finance, you know, or like go work on Wall Street. That's like all these people do. It's like, they're all just these like avenues for them to make money. It's not actually about like the integrity of like working in the media. I don't know. Asking actual questions. Anyway,
I've been watching my back a lot lately after I leaked all that Stothard stuff, because I know they're coming after me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's so funny. I also have an inside source who told me that Gene Stothard has like been like trying to get Chuck Schmatter to like fuck her for like forever. Like she's like been like trying to set up all these like meetings all the time with them, and just like she's been trying to have an affair.
It's like Borat. Like,
she like
you can't get this, you can't get this, and one day he got it.
No, I mean, like, I think she's the one, like, you know, because she's like older. I don't know. I'm acting like these people are celebrities.
Would you fuck her?
Shit. Gene Stothard.
She's hot for how old she is.
She seems,
she would make pretty. A good category on Pornhub, like Gilf Mayor.
Yeah, yeah, like Mayor. I'd like to fuck MILF, but it's Mayor, yeah. It's like, or like a Wilf, like widow. I'd like to fuck.
Oh God, that's too much.
Anyway, I saved the 2 videos I saved are what Jimmy Dore aptly put as word salad videos. It's basically like AOC and Ilhan Omar like not answering questions in a very roundabout way. Like,
do you mean to say they don't answer questions?
Yeah, and oh my God, the AOC.
But thank God she puts out cooking videos on her fucking Instagram.
Yeah,
of shitty food.
The AOC one is just like, oh,
I'm over the bitch. God, that was too far. At least I didn't call her out. C-word like I did. Who did I call the C-word that one episode?
I don't know. Someone, maybe someone who deserved it. Did they deserve it?
I don't know. I've been known to use bad words.
I've been known to use bad words. I've been saying retard a lot more lately. It's so funny. It's like,
I don't think you've ever said it on the podcast.
I don't think I've ever said it in real life until like the last like 2 months. Because sometimes you just want a word for like someone being like fucking really stupid, you know, and that's just like a good word for it.
I call them cunts or cucks.
I just think like specifically stupid, but it's funny because I was like talking about my uncles, and I was like, I keep on wanting to say like they're all retarded, but I say like how they have like a mental disability.
That was one of my best jokes last week when you said you were building an electric fence to get around. I said, what, to keep your uncles?
Why does this keep on going? Why does it keep on going unmuted? Oh, what the fuck?
I don't know. God, dude, what's the deal with your internet?
We need to get a new splitter there. I don't know. And this is. I can try and to refresh. I think maybe I'm not like connected to your internet or something.
There it is.
And the Palestinian people have a right to self-determination. So what actions do you think can be taken to support movements towards peace, both between Israelis and Palestinians, as well as within the entire region, such as the Abraham Accords?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so... You know, earlier just now, you and I were talking about the what and the how.
Yes.
And I think that when we talk about establishing peace, centering people's humanities, protecting people's rights, it's not just about the what and the end goal, which often gets a lot of focus. But I actually think it's much more about the how. And the way that we are coming together, and how we interpret that what, and how we act in the actions that we take to get to that what. And so what this really is about is that it's a question more than anything else about process. And so we really need to make sure that that we are valuing a process where all parties are respected and have a lot of equal opportunity to really make sure that we are negotiating good faith, etc. That being said, I think that there's just this one central issue of settlements. Because if the what that has been decided on is to stay,
I feel like
then
I'm
the
watching,
action of settlements
the
it's
conjunction
not
function?
the how.
What's your junction? The what? The when? The how? The where?
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but she's not teaching us anything. She's not talking about anything. Hang on.
Cut up a
To get to
cucumber.
that what.
Because that's all you.
And so, I think that that's a central thing that we need to make sure that we center, and that we value Jewish and rather we value Israeli. We value the safety and the human rights of Israelis. We value the safety and the human rights of Palestinians in that process that is similar and that on equal footing. And so all of that is extremely important in that process. And I do believe that I know it may seem flowery, but I know people have been saying this for generations, but
what have they been saying?
People need, and it is what people want. And
She literally didn't say anything.
The value of human rights is really, I think, the path to peace here. We have to make sure.
Like,
she just gave the future of this country.
Like, what is she talking about?
She didn't say anything.
I honestly, like,
I'm pretty sure that's the third video that you post or
where she's like does exactly like that. She says
nothing.
absolutely nothing. Yeah, I know. And it's because, like, you get in there and you want to be edgy and you want to, like, take the system over, and then it's just like the system, like,
realize you're
obviously,
or you're stupid.
It just or you just realize you don't know anything. I don't know. I mean, that's what I would do. I mean, if I were in her shoes, like, and I know it's hard.
That's why we don't run.
I know it's hard to be a politician or whatever, and, like, you have days where apparently you can't say anything or make a point. Like, I don't even know what that was. It's like taking the what to get to the how, but it's not just about the how. It's about the what as well,
and the when and the why and the where. You know what I'm saying? Brooklyn, Israel, Palestine. What, where, when, why? I love it.
She's like,
it's a Seinfeld episode. Get the fuck off my screen.
Yeah, I know.
You're worse than fucking goddamn Kramer.
So, and, like, I don't know. I think there's no saving the Democratic Party. We need a third party. If anyone runs third party, if the People's Party runs a candidate, I'm going to vote for him, because I didn't vote for Joe Biden because I was too high, but also because
I'm sure they'll be just as stupid as everybody else.
I know, but I mean, this needs to go.
The problem is we'll never get a fucking third party person, because every time that somebody comes out and says shit of some substance that makes sense, they are getting deleted off of fucking platform.
I know. It's because the Democratic Party is, like, in bed with big tech, and now, like, all these people, they had the statistic out, and they tracked the viewership and the new followers of, like, a bunch of, like the Jimmy Dore show, like, Brianna Joy Gray's Bad Faith podcast.
I can't wait to hear what this bitch is about. Fucking.
Okay.
I'm sure it's perfectly all right what's happening there right now with.
It's just she talks about immigration stuff too, but this is a different question. But I'm just saying, like, they did a study of all the new followers of these pages and all this stuff, and all the engagement for all of the left and right wing, like, anti-establishment, like, news sources, like, on YouTube, the engagement over the past year has been, like, down like 70%, when it was just up and up and up and, like, a steady rate, before, for all these shows. And then, like, all of a sudden it's just like this algorithm, they pretend they're not manipulating it, but they, like, obviously are, because like, even, like, someone like Jimmy Dore can do a live show and have, like, fucking like 10,000 people watching him live, and then, like, CNN, like, gets, like, barely no views on their videos, and all of a sudden CNN's, like, getting all these views. It's like people don't all of a sudden want to watch CNN clips.
No,
it's like they're getting
talking about earlier. Joe Rogan's only been on Spotify for 1 year, and there's been 42 episodes deleted. Why? He doesn't have that.
It's like these, and also, didn't they know what they were getting themselves into? I mean, if they think they're getting themselves into anything, whatever. Like, who cares if you have Alex Jones on? He's kind of funny,
I think he's super funny.
I think he's hilarious. I don't think you need to take everything that someone says as fucking face value or whatever. It's not like I listen to Alex Jones either.
But what we have to remember is Joe Biden is handling the border crisis way better than
Joe
Donald
Biden.
Trump.
Joe Biden is like drooling and shitting himself in the White House. He's not actually doing.
How
anything.
dare you say that? Well, we just got our podcast is deplatformed.
Yeah, well, it's not like it's not like
But
we were rolling
we have
anyway.
if we have her on, I'm sure she'll figure it out because she'll tell us how. I don't play it.
That AOC clip really got you. Well, this Ilhan Omar clip is pretty similar. Basically, Mehdi Hassan's asking her, "Hey, you guys met with the chief of staff. What did you guys ask? Did you guys make any demands? The progressives, blah blah blah."
Well, that is depressing to hear. Just to shift to the big picture, it was reported by Politico that you were part of a Congressional Progressive Caucus delegation that recently met with White House Chief of Staff Ron Klain. What asks did you make? And what do you say to your critics on the left who say progressives in Congress like yourself, the Squad, the CPC, haven't pushed Biden hard enough on issues like the $15 minimum wage, universal health care, the filibuster?
I mean, it is because that we have been pushing really that the American Rescue Plan is deemed to be the most progressive policy in decades. We certainly understand that there was a failed strategy, not by the progressives in Congress, because we put $15 in the package, by the administration. And I think their early signaling that could be negotiated out, and it might not stick as part of.
Yeah, but what did you ask? What did you ask? What did you?
I think
Well, also,
He's asking you what ask did you make? What leverage did you use? What was your guys' strategy? What was your strategy?
They're doing the same thing that they did when Pelosi was up for.
Yes,
they got her in, and they said, "Well, like this is the best option."
We got her in because we made some behind the scenes deals, and now we're going to get $15 minimum wage and thing. That was the whole thing. When a bunch of progressives were like, "Hey, if 7 of you don't vote for Nancy Pelosi, she's not going to get speaker, and then you guys can actually use your leverage to get shit that you want." Everyone was trying to get them to get something, and then their excuse, AOC's excuse, was coming on and letting everyone know she made the mistake of going on Twitter, and it did not work out well for her. But she was basically saying, "Well, actually, we behind the scenes were fighting for the minimum wage, and then that's going to be something that happens."
Well, they saw the money. What it is.
Now they use the excuse of the parliamentarian, which is not even a real excuse. You know what I mean? Which can easily be overruled to say that they can't have the minimum wage and the thing, and then they're going to dangle it over everyone's head. As if the minimum wage being $15 in 4 years is going to be like some kind of like great achievement anyway. Like it should already be like 20.
Is not even great in fucking Omaha.
No, I know it's not great anywhere. $15 like you still can't. Well, I mean minimum wage can't buy an apartment anywhere, but
we won't vote them out or the people there because.
As long as they're cool and go on Jimmy Fallon or whatever.
Identity politics.
Yeah, but just listen to her. So again, in case anyone was wondering, the question was, what did you ask Ron Klain? Like, what asks did you make? What demands did you make? Well, what is your strategy? That's what he's asking her, right? This is not
the ability for us to pass $15. And so when we were in that meeting, we pushed for a strategy to get $15 minimum wage.
You pushed for a strategy? Wait, what was your strategy?
Aren't you supposed to go in with the strategy?
What is your strategy? You're supposed to be the one with the strategy. You're the one that running this thing. What was your strategy? What are you pushing for a strategy? What does that even fucking mean? Continue.
Which we pushed for a strategy to pass the agenda that the administration ran on, that the Democrats agree on, whether it is passing sensible gun laws, dealing with our immigration crisis, and all of the things that we all care about. What we walked away from that conversation with is an understanding that there is a limited window of opportunity for us to push these pieces of legislation. There are members in the Senate within the Democratic Party that are certainly not there yet on the priority pieces of legislation that we have. And it's going to be up to the administration to come up with a strategy to push them, because progressives in the House are constantly told to get in line and to push policies that are going to have an impact on people's lives.
Okay, so you're constantly told to get in line. It's like,
Why
but
are you
why?
doing it?
I know, like, why don't you just not do it? Because that's what everyone elected
that's why
you
you were
to.
elected
That's
to
why.
do.
That's specifically why you were elected, was to not fall in line with the Democratic Party. Like, I don't understand. This is why we can't sustain this. I mean, like, it's obvious, right? Like, this is not working. The Democratic Party is obviously evil and corrupting, and it corrupts these people, because these people went in with ideals.
AOC and Omar obviously saw the checks that they were getting.
Or just like
Why
like
not?
these TV appearances, and like I honestly, I don't think it's just that or anything. I do think exactly what she just said there makes a lot of sense to me. It's like they have these people in their circles. It's these people that come from this like Ivy League, like direct descendant of the speakers of
they in their circle
of establishment. No, it's because when you get elected, like, you have to hire all these people to do all these different jobs for you. There's a bunch of people that are employed in Washington. It's all this huge pipeline of like these elite adjacent people, right?
People that think the same way.
Well, they should, they should, but I don't know. You don't have enough people to do it. But she's saying like they're being told by everyone to get in line. They're being told by everyone, you need to vote on this because you need to vote for something for the people, whatever. But everyone, like the people are the ones who elected you. It's like, don't listen
next time she's up for re-election, people will vote for somebody that like do not just follow what
they won't though. That's the thing. People are we're the only two people. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like no one really gives a shit about this. They see people like Ilhan Omar and AOC, and they say like, oh,
because
young women of color.
They lied when they were running that they were going to be. They
didn't lie though. I think they actually believed it. I think they did actually believe that they were going to be revolutionary. I mean, like
they saw the money.
When AOC like went in there, I think she was like, leading a fucking protest at Nancy Pelosi's office. They like did
until what happened, and then she backed her.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
What happened when she backed her?
I don't think it's just seeing the money. I mean, I think it's literally just like you're in this circle, and that's like, it's like when something becomes your life, then you get into this routine of like, I need to do this, I need to do this. I don't know. It's pretty fucking weird. Did you watch any of Dan Crenshaw and Joe Rogan?
Mm-mm. I don't like Dan Crenshaw.
Yeah, he's kind of, I mean, he's I don't know. He's not. I mean, we don't have the same politics or anything. He seems like an okay guy, I guess. I don't know. He seems like he's like sort of.
I'd probably trust him more than these two fucking.
Yeah, at least he's like being maybe like semi-authentic or something. Like, I don't understand like what these two chicks are doing. I don't understand what they're doing. I mean, I don't know this, and she still hasn't answered the question. He asked like, "What is your strategy?" And she's like, "We were pushing for them to come up with a strategy." It's like, you guys are the ones with the leverage. You guys are the ones with the differing opinion. You guys are the ones that need a fucking strategy. Like, what about that is hard? Like, I'm a fucking like drunk, like late stage of my life programmer. I'm an idiot. You know what I mean? Like and I'm just like looking at this like, fucking someone get me up there. I don't know. Not like I would do any different. If I had a chance. I mean, I'm such a sociopath. If I had a chance to be money, if they showed me the money, I'd be like, yeah, fuck these hoes. I mean, I'll be like, give me a house in fucking another country. I'm like, give me a few years of this. I'm out of here, dude. I'm out of here. That's what I'm trying to go to Toronto to. Just give me the fuck out of this place. Like, I feel like normal people like us, like, I just feel like this doesn't happen in other country. We're like sitting here and we're like talking about like AOC and Ilhan Omar as if they're like fucking celebrities, It's like they're politicians. Why are we like, why do we sit here and we act like these people are like fucking celebrities? It's like celebrity worship,
Like fucking cocks.
It's like,
where's my cock button?
Cock. It's like the only country we're like doing this kind of shit where we're like having like YouTube shows like talking about like what our politicians, or like what their personal lives are like and shit.
The sad thing is some of those YouTube shows or Spotify shows like Joe Rogan, more people follow fucking that podcast than follow these.
Then follow CNN.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's why like there's like internal memos. I forget what was leaked, but it was like it was either from CNN or MSNBC, and it was basically like we need to like go against these like fringe shows because they're getting like a little too much viewership, and it's like, okay, well, like, sorry, like, I thought free speech was like people making a free fucking, or being able to have free choice of like what you want to fucking listen to, and maybe like the thing that people in general deem is quality and is saying, some good shit, that's what's going to float to the top. Not you having to suppress all these videos that people are actually that are trending, and you have to make it so CNN and MSNBC videos are like at the top, and Fox News videos for all the people on the right.
I think free speech still exists in America, but it only exists in America if you don't have an actual voice. If you have a voice and people listen to you, you don't have free speech. Like, certain people that have followers and people that listen to them, they shut them down right away, but then they get you to go against those people by saying, like, oh, you can post whatever you want on Facebook, but if you get a certain amount of likes on your Facebook, you can't post whatever you want.
Well, it's like the thing with do you remember when people were talking about the Hunter Biden laptop, and it was like right before the election, and Twitter removed like those posts, and then anyone who posted a link to it got banned for like so many days or something, or they got like their post taken down. Like so it's like they try and act innocent, like they don't have some kind of like intent, or they don't have some kind of like special algorithm, or they don't have like some special keywords that get fucking filtered. But it's like really obvious. Like in that instance, they were just like completely transparent about.
Well, they deleted the Rogan episode with Brett. Was it Brett Weinstein?
Really?
About him saying that he believes that coronavirus was leaked.
Oh, from the lab?
From the lab. And then the former CDC director
came out and said, I think the same thing.
A lot of fucking proof that...
Yeah.
But that, you can't listen to that.
The thing is, what people were thinking is, like, it was more than just, like, because it's not only China, it's not only Wuhan that was studying these bad coronaviruses. Like, we had, like, this place in Virginia or whatever that was studying them, too.
It got moved to
exactly.
China.
So it's almost like, implicates both of our governments. And so, but I like how when, it's like, I love how that's something that you like can't say, like that'll get you banned from Twitter for saying that. And it's not like it's fact or fiction. It's just unproven. People are allowed to say shit. It's not like you're spreading misinformation by saying like, I think this might have happened, or asking a fucking question. Like, you're not allowed to ask a fucking question about something. The thing with Hunter Biden laptop, I mean, did you see that? Oh, I should have fucking played that interview that Hunter Biden did. God damn. I feel so
one of the late night shows, and he's like, it might have been.
It wasn't a late night show. It was someone like a chair interviewing him. They're like, and like the lobby's like, I don't know, it could have been Russians. It's just, I feel so bad for him because he's like, obviously.
Was that Real Time with Bill Maher?
No. It's like, it was like some chick interviewing him.
Yeah, because
I mean, he might have been on that too, but it's just so funny. Like, I'm like, oh my God, get this guy out of this suit. Get this guy out of here. He does not, he needs to be in a hotel doing crack somewhere.
He was partying with DMX.
He needs, because like, honestly, like I do feel
Hunter
bad.
Biden gonna give it to you.
I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this dude. I don't want to see this like ex / probably current crackhead like on TV like being interviewed and like kind of like doesn't know where he is and shit.
I don't know. Like, he's as competent as his fucking dad.
That's what I mean. Both of them. Get both of them up. Oh my God.
Maybe we should give Joe Biden some of the crack to keep him awake.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, his son needs to share. And then that dude's had a hard life. It's like his brother died, his mom died. Like, I know, like I that's why I feel bad. It's like I feel bad about this dude being in the spot. It's like, leave it alone, but not like leave it alone. It's like if he had a fucking laptop that was like stolen, you know what I mean? Like maybe
I hope they never find one of my laptops. Jesus Christ.
Maybe that's like something that like people should know about, or like at least be able to talk about it.
You're gonna find porn with guys with no legs.
Did I say that on this podcast?
You did.
Oh my God. My algorithm. It's a dude with no legs. I'm like, this is like kind of like, it's like kind of hot. No,
what does he do when you say spread him?
No, he's the top. The dude with no legs is the top. He's like fucking some dude laying on the bed, and he's like it's almost like he's swinging.
No, he's a really big fleshlight.
It's almost like he's swinging.
He's a very large fleshlight.
No, he's the top.
Exactly. He's a really. Oh wait, no, he's the fucker.
You're an idiot.
He's a really big dildo.
He's a really big dildo. Yes. But only like a little part of it goes in.
There's like a lot of extra flesh around the dildo part that you want.
It was kind of.
God, I hate amputees.
No, this guy's kind of hot. I wish it would have shown his face, or like,
God bless the amputees.
Or more of it. It was like an amateur video. I was like, dude, this guy needs to be like an actual porn star. I'd watch it. Hell yeah, I'd watch it. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, our politicians, Democratic Party, good job. Good job. You know what I mean? Good job for not using any leverage that you did have, giving a bunch of excuses for why you didn't use that leverage to say that you were working for something else, and then not even getting that thing that you said that you were working for behind the scenes of $50 minimum wage, not even getting that in. They still beat you. They still beat you because you don't have a strategy. We can all see that you don't have a fucking strategy. You're supposed to be the people that go in there with a strategy, and it's like, you know what? It's their vote. Like it doesn't matter what all these people are telling them. They could have all these people that work in the system, whatever, working for them, telling them to do it, but they could go in there and they could vote against it. They could strategize. They could talk to each other. They can go get dinner.
This is why I drink.
They could go get dinner together and just be like, hey, let's not do this.
No, they probably can't, because a lot of these fucking left-wing cucks will only go places that are fucking vegan. And I'm sick of it.
Politicians used to like hang out together and like, you know, talk about shit like behind the scenes. These people don't even like do that shit anymore. It's just like they're like all in these like, it's just like a little bubble. I don't know.
Dude, they can bubble these nuts.
It's ridiculous.
Well, we made it an hour.
Yeah, I know. Oh my God. Do you have any parting thoughts, Blake?
Dude, I have a lot of them.
Let's get some off the chest. We can go a little longer. It's not any big fucking deal.
What are my parting thoughts?
That chick was cool, you know. I'm glad she liked Omaha. I'm glad we showed her a good time.
I miss you, babe.
I can't believe I brought everyone to my fucking apartment. I probably have coronavirus now. There's what did I say? Like an awful God. What does that mean? That phrase, like, he's not a loving God. Like only like a spiteful God would make me not get COVID, and like all of my friends like
Congratulations to the first Japanese guy that won the Masters.
Hell yeah.
That's a pretty good thing.
Yeah, fuck America. You guys
fuck Elon Omar and fuck AOC.
Yeah, for real.
X gonna give it to you. Mm-hmm. Prince Philip. He wasn't. Oh, Prince Harry was the one that fucked the kids.
No, not Harry. Harry's the one who's like dates Meghan Markle.
Yeah, he married a black person and now they hate him. They basically kicked him out of the royal family. They're like, she wasn't your cousin. You're not allowed to do that.
What's really annoying is like them like going on the shit. This is what I'm saying. I don't know the royal family. I don't follow this. I don't give a shit. But it's like them going on like, you know, like Oprah and like trying to pretend like, you know, it's like and how was
Prince
that? Prince Andrew. That's what it was.
The child fucker.
It's like, and how was it thinking that your family was racist against you and, you know, ostracizing you? And it's like, it was hard. It was really hard. You know, it's like, oh, it's so hard being rich and famous and like being able to go anywhere I want, you know? And it's just like, oh, no, I know it's annoying. I'm sure they're really annoying.
As I have to use it in every podcast, I'm sick of these cucks.
Yeah, me too.
It's too much. AOC's a cuck. Elon Omar's a cuck. Mm-hmm. Joe Biden's a cuck.
Yes.
His porn-obsessed crackhead son's a cuck.
Yes.
Anderson Cooper's a cuck.
Yes.
Fucking Jake Tapper's
he's a fucking,
cuck. Don Lemon's a cuck.
Dude, Don Lemon sucks.
Rush Limbaugh's a dead cuck.
Yeah, he is.
There's a lot of cucks in this world, and
Andrew Cuomo's a cuck. Fucking his brother Fredo Cuomo's a cuck.
Oh, you can't say that's racist.
No, that'll literally get us deplatformed and or like the video taken off of YouTube. Is if you like Fredo's like one of the words that they screen for. I swear to God, someone was saying that.
Fredo, cuck, suck my dick.
Yeah, who else sucks?
Marjorie
Taylor Greene sucks.
Oh, she's a cuck. Donald Trump's a cuck.
Yeah.
Fucking Nancy Pelosi's a fucking cuck.
Oh my God.
Bill Clinton's a cuck. Hillary Clinton's a cuck.
What is with the, like, before we go, that whole thing, I know we talked about it, but like Bill Clinton like leading like a discussion of like women's
that dude
rights
could lead a marriage, and now we're gonna have him lead a fucking discussion.
Like
cuck.
Like of all the people to pick for that, it's like, why would you pick him? Like, who made this decision? It's like, who does this? They only do it. I feel like it's so blatantly like, that's just that you just want controversy. Like, you just want people to point that out. Like, because you obviously can
distract it from stuff like what's going on with Andrew Cuomo and that fucking what's her name? Who's the Michigan one? Who?
Gretchen Whitmer?
Yeah, Stretching Gretchen. Cock.
No, there's did you see we were talking about Nancy Pelosi. What did you talk about? Distract from what? Using what to distract from? What was I saying? Oh, Bill Clinton.
Yeah, because that's an easy way. He's already out of politics. It's an easy way to get because they know like Fox News will focus on that because that's fucking.
It's just like obviously like a stupid thing that they're just like, oh yeah, let's just do this so they can like talk about this and we don't have to, you know, have all this attention being on. Yeah, it's like obviously like
While Mike Gates is out there fucking kids,
dude, they would have, if you would have insinuated that like Andrew Cuomo, like that he covered up those nursing home deaths or something, even though there was evidence for it early on, I bet you would have been fucking taken off of YouTube, you know, because it would have been like, or like Twitter would be like, oh, this is like misinformation, and then it comes out that it's actually true, like, oh, whoops, you know what I mean? But then people can go on and say like all this, I don't know. It's just never. It's just so one-sided. It's fucking annoying.
Rest in peace, Ted Kaczynski.
And I'm on the fucking left. I'm
Rest
on the
in
left.
peace, Ted Kaczynski. I think he had it right.
Was that the bomber guy?
The Unabomber.
Yeah, I think he had it right too. I think all those people who stormed the Capitol fucking had it right too. You know, honestly, like I don't know. People are just like, people are acting like everyone wants to talk a big fucking game. Everyone wants to act like they're like such a hard ass and like they're like some kind of fucking communist. Everyone wants to act like they're some kind of like fucking anarchist. And then like when these people who are on the right, which you don't agree with or whatever, but they actually have the balls to like fucking go to the Capitol, storm and bring some guns or whatever, you know. And then everyone wants to talk shit about like how that's like beyond the pale or something. It's like that's
but also
like
they won't call out fucking Omar and
AOC.
What's her first name?
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cuck. Nobody will call her out.
Well, that's because they're on their side and they're pretty women, you know what I mean?
But they're not on their side.
Yeah, they're obviously not. Well, these people don't know what side they're on. These people want to act like they're fucking radical leftists, don't know what fucking side they're on, you know what I mean? It's just a fucking optics. It's all optics. You want to talk a big fucking game about like overthrow the government. Then when some people actually do it, you want to say, oh, you know, fuck them or whatever. Like, I don't know. I completely supported taking some
banning AK-47s, banned AOCs.
And on that note, we will see you next week.
I think we might be both in jail next week.
If this isn't our last episode.
I hear the FBI. They're knocking.
That's what those Democrats in the Senate need
We're still on.
What's going to take.
Oh, that's good. Ben almost just said a bunch of racist stuff. Gotta go.